of them are getting chased down here. Now my hatchery is done, just trying to get my production up on this over my expansion here. And I do have my queen coming out as well, which the extra larva for that is essential, which of course using that at my main here still, which is very important. And apparently I have a couple of drones just kind of chilling out, not doing anything, just basking in the creep and whatnot. So yeah, great, that's good stuff. Noob. I also produce an extra hatchery so that I can have that extra production at my main base as well. So basically I've got 3 hatcheries at this point that when I get the larva on, it's basically like having 7 hatcheries if you're comparing to StarCraft 1, because each can have 7 at them, which for 3 hatcheries is a total of 21. So, you know, basic math there, nothing special, but it just goes to show you how powerful the extra larva mechanic is from the queen, and it grows exponentially, obviously, the more hatcheries you add, because the more queens you can have spawning extra larvae on those hatcheries. The Terran player Travis, of course, expanding as well himself. He's got pretty good saturation, about 16 SCVs mining these minerals, which is what you want on an expansion of this size. No gas going here yet. He is staying very, very infantry heavy right now, which at this point I'm kind of surprised he hasn't changed his tech up to move to Banshees. Would have been a good option, because especially right now I'm very roach heavy, although I do have the Mutalisk tech, so maybe he was just worried that I would have too many air units for him to be able to deal with it, since Banshees do not attack air, they are ground only attack units. And he is moving across the map. I'm not sure if he's spotted 13's extra expansion. No, not yet. So according to him, 13 still only has this one expansion. He is checking the secondary expansion out by my main base here, and he sees that nobody is there yet, of course. And I'm not sure. Okay, he does spot it because he has a stray SCV come over here. The photon cannons managed to take out that SCV, but he obviously immediately starts heading to that to take it out, because if 13 gets significantly back into this game, it's over for him because his ally is gone. And as you can see, Mindwiz no longer has any forces. And I went ahead and went over and killed these 2 assimilators that he had, just because I wanted to be 100% certain that he didn't have anything left and wasn't going to come back and do anything cute on us. And as you can see, Travis took out 13's base, no problem. He basically just walked through it. There's only a couple cannons there defending it, and he didn't have any units over there, and unfortunately I didn't have any units that were in the position to actually send them over there quick enough to defend. So I basically just had to let that expansion die. Although 13 is mining at this base pretty solidly now, so he's getting some warp gates, and it looks like he's got high Templar tech. So he is back in this game, more or less. He's able to actually contribute significantly at this point. The Terran player does have the shield upgrade now, which, if you're not familiar with that, does give your Marines 10 extra hit points. So late game, that is one thing you can do to keep the infantry a viable option for your main army, because if you get the extra 10 hit points, and in addition to that, you've got the armor and the attack upgrades, which will also allow you to effectively use your infantry in the late game. That is also important to have. So he's doing a pretty good job of keeping his infantry army updated. So even though he is not teching to higher tier units, he is able, well actually, I'm sorry, I'm going to eat my own words here. He actually is starting to tech to higher tier units. We don't see a whole lot of them before the game ends, I don't recall. But he is primarily infantry still. And since he's getting a reactor here, it looks like he's going to try to get some medevacs possibly, which would be a great complement to the infantry armor that he has. And as you can see, all of his infantry is slightly damaged because of Stimpack, which if you use Stimpack significantly, that slowly takes away at your hit points. And if you don't have a medevac to heal, even though Stimpack is great for attacking quicker, if you don't have anything to heal it, it also makes your army very weak. So that becomes an issue quickly. And I see that me and 13 spot that he has this expansion going up, so we come over here and kill the drone. He does kill most of my Mutalisks because I was being careless, and he got a really good Stimpack off. But 13 and I are both heading over to this base to clean up, because we noticed that he has a huge army over here and that they're all damaged from Stimpack. So we are heading over here to try to take out this Marine and Marauder army that he has, so that because basically we know that this is his main army. We've seen that he doesn't have any money left in his main base, and he's only got this one expansion right now, and he's trying to expand again. And here's the medevacs coming. They are starting to heal the army. Fortunately, though, as you can see, 13 has some high Templars here, and I do remember this. These Psystorms are insane. And you can just see Psystorm going down on this infantry. It just disappears. And all of those units are just gone in a matter of seconds. And Travis just says, "Weow," which I'm guessing he meant wow, but yeah, he wasn't ready for it, and Psystorm against infantry is absolutely painful. Which, again, a good way to counter against Psystorm is Ghost EMP. The Ghost EMP is, you can obviously cloak your Ghost, so you have a cloaked unit that can cast EMP, which gets rid of all of the energy for the targeted units in the area, and it also takes away 100 hit points from shields. So it's very, very useful against Protoss, especially Protoss casters. I know that they did recently release a patch update for the StarCraft 2 beta, which reduces the radius of effect that EMP has. So I don't know if we'll see people using it as much, but still specifically, another Psystorm going down there too, still specifically against High Templars, it is very, very useful, because even if you can only take out 1 or 2 High Templars worth of energy, if that reduces the amount of Psystorms they can cast by 2 or 3, especially if you're heavy on infantry like Travis was, that is going to be a very, very useful thing for you. And as you can see, Travis has no more bases, and his main base is pretty much mined out. So at this point, the game is over. Travis leaves the game, and his red Protoss player, who is no longer in the game, has left as well. So anyways, thank you for watching. I know it was a little bit of a longer game, but I thought it was a lot of fun to play because it was very back and forth. We were able to take Mindwiz out in the early game, and Travis countered with that great Reaper attack because all of 13's forces were out on the offensive. So just a lot of back and forth in that game. I thought it was a lot of fun, and it showed off one of the maps that I haven't cast a lot of games on. So anyways, thanks for watching again, and GG.